No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With iCCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. We're going all the way so you can score more for your trade-in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV today. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live from BroncoNationNews.com is presented by RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. All Bronco Nation news broadcasts come from the Western Collective Studios. Head down to Western Collective's locations in Garden City or downtown Boise to try some of their delicious beers, including the Horseshoe Golden Ale, the first beer to support an NIL collective. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Good afternoon, Boise State fans, and welcome on location here at Borah High School. Fun event we're going to be telling you about. We're going to talk to some Boise State football players. We're at the 2024 Lithia Ford of Boise Drive for Your School event. Started back in 2007, helping Ford dealers showcase their vehicles, raising money. And again, all you have to do is come out here and test drive a vehicle, and $20 goes to the cheer and dance team here at Borah High School. So Lithia Ford of Boise, as you know, does a lot with the NIL game at Boise State. 6 student athletes rocking vehicles from Lithia Ford of Boise, including 4 football players. You see them there on the screen. And again, come on out, $20. They'll be here till 6 o'clock tonight. No strings attached. You just get to try one of the new electric vehicles, the Ford, the Broncos, the F-150s, any vehicle you want. Here's a couple bringing their vehicles back in right now. And again, the Try for Your School event, it's here until 6 o'clock. Already a nice crowd coming through. And again, no strings attached. $20 goes to the cheer and dance team and the Spirit Squad here at Borah High School by helping them out. And again, try one of the new vehicles. Maybe you always wondered what those Broncos were like, the F-150s. And you can even get a football right there, and you get it signed by some of your favorite Broncos. Our man John Anderson displaying the football right there on the screen. Love John Anderson, seeing him out here at Borah High School. Bring you in live, kicking it off right away with Ahmed Hassanein from the Boise State football team. Ahmed, thanks for stopping by, man. Kind of a fun event today.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it's an amazing opportunity just to give back and to be out here, and it's awesome. Really grateful.
I'm checking the comments. Everyone's loving having you on. I'm going to click over here while we're talking, but we are here again. You're here. You got some teammates here, right? What do you got? 4 or 5 guys here?
Yeah, we got Jonah, Mike, Shayla Depot, Matt Lauter. Yeah, good crowd. Good
crowd out here. And again, $20, all it costs. You don't have to pay anything, but $20 goes to the cheer and dance team whenever you test drive a vehicle. And I know, Jim Sterk and Lithia Ford's been, big in the NIL game with Boise State. We saw last year Riley Smith was the first athlete to do an actual commercial in his jersey, for Lithia Ford out on the blue. And I know you have jumped on board as well. What does it mean to you to now have this NIL game where you can get a a vehicle taken care of while you're here at Boise State?
Man, it means the world to me. It's just that, like, you're talking about like having a car and just like going places, and a really nice car too. I mean, really grateful. I mean, it's amazing opportunity just to like be out there for community, just do a community events, man. I'm really, really grateful for everything, and this is awesome.
Back up a little bit. You're way taller than me here. We don't want to cut off, but it's going on right behind us. And again, I mean, you know, the NIL game, talking to some of these former athletes, they wish they had it, but it's like something as simple as taking care of a car payment for you and being able to have a vehicle to drive. You know, just what does that mean to a student athlete to have, you know, at least something like that? Now you can return the favor and do some promos and things for them, and you get to drive a sweet rig around town for a year.
I mean, it means the world. It means the world just to like have a car and just be out there with the community and drive a car, and to say like the car is from like, no, it's like, it is my car, but I'm just like driving it because my ability to play football is just like, it's amazing, you know, just to have the opportunity. Really grateful.
I remember when I was at Kansas, I went to school at Kansas back in the 2000 range, and basketball's there obviously big, and you see all these dudes, you know, from Bronx, New York, driving these Navigators and stuff. And you're like, there's no way that they legally got that car. But now, like, it's perfectly legal. You can drive the car and return the favor, and it's pretty cool. And you know, for a guy like you and your story and your upbringing, like, to be able to get some money while you play and do events and like this and you know, have food deals with companies. I know you're involved with Lean Feast as well, and get some meals taken care of. Like, that's a big deal.
I mean, oh man, I can't express how much like God has given me. You know, God has given me so much, like, since coming here and just believing in Him, Jesus Christ. It's just like it means a lot to me, man. It's just to have food and to have like, oh, I'm gonna order that. Man, a lot of people don't have that, you know. I'm really, really grateful, man. I can't explain how much gratitude and how much gratefulness I am, because everything has been given to you. God has given me so much, and I'll do the best I can to just give back.
Again, we're here at Borah High School, right out front. You can't miss us. And the tent's right here. Again, no strings attached. You come, you sign up, and you can test drive one of their new vehicles. $20 goes to the cheer and dance team here at Borah High School. We're out here helping out Lithia Ford of Boise. Tell us about the vehicle that you're rocking from Jim Sterk and Lithia Ford.
Man, it's F-150 2023. It's sick, man. It has all these options. That's like sports mode, tow mode. It's awesome. I have a big screen. And like it's awesome. It's a game changer.
Did you have a vehicle before? Or what
I did. So I had 2013.
Okay.
And then I upgraded 10 years. So
wow,
I had a 23, and now I was like, whoa, it's a whole different deal.
Well, I got the 17 Platinum over there from Lithia Ford as well. And yeah, I have the NIL deal. I paid full price for that thing, but Jim obviously hooked it up. You know, you've gotten to know Jim and Jamie and the crew at Lithia Ford, but Jim, you know, you see the logo out there in the stadium. Like, obviously he's one of the biggest supporters at Boise State. He's a big sponsor of ours at BNN. But what I see him in the suite every game, getting into it. Like, he's a big football fan. He'll text me during the games and stuff. Like, what's it been like getting to know Jim Sterk? And obviously he's a big supporter you know, of this university.
Man, he's just a great human being. Other than just he's like providing me for a vehicle and like blessed me with a vehicle, and Jamie too. Like, they're awesome people. They're great people just to be around and have to build that connection for life, not just for like a year or something. No, I have them for life. Like, I have a really good relationship. Anything I need, I'm like, here in Boise, I'm gonna text him and be like, hey, I'm doing, like, it's a connection, you know. I can go to his office, just literally just talk football, talk life. It's not just a NIL deal. No, he's a great human being, man. I'm really blessed to have him. Yeah, we really appreciate Jim, and I've got a deal with you know, Dave out at Lean Feast too, and love Lean Feast, and needing to get on that to trim down a little bit, but it's cool how that's worked out, man. One of the rules, just letting folks know, is this is an NIL thing. I'm not allowed to ask you any hard-hitting football questions here, but just getting a week off this week, no game, refreshing, recharging, just how you feeling and how you're, you know, I guess excited are you moving forward here? Man, I'm really excited, man. We seen last game what this team can do, in every phase, man. And just I'm blessed, man. We took it on ourselves this week, and just like, how much can we get better? Like, how much can we focus on the little details, like from stance, from alignments, from get-offs, from knowing your plays, knowing your calls, executing your calls on a high level, and how everybody can help one another. You know, other than just like oh, I'm doing my job. No, how can I be there for you to help you do your job at your best ability?
Well, I know,
You know?
folks were taking advantage on Monday of the 91 cent coffee and soft drink, which you're everywhere, man. We got like a NASCAR driver with all the logos on your shirt here or something, man. But they're another one of our sponsors, Jackson's. So we've been pumping out the 91 cent, sack gets you the coffee and soft drink. So folks got to take advantage of that, and hopefully a week from Monday for after the next game they can do that as well. But Ahmed, appreciate your time, man. Again, I would love to talk football with you. Would love to get deep dive into all the news of yesterday, but there's some rules in all this. So you may have already said more than you were supposed to. I don't know. Maybe I'll be getting a call. Hopefully not if you're watching, but we appreciate you jumping on, man. Get back to signing some autographs and having some fun, and congratulations on your success. Congratulations on all the. I thought this was you're standing by this one over here. I thought this one was yours for a while, but
that's awesome. This is great.
But thanks a lot, man. Best of luck with everything, and it's cool you're out here. And we'll be talking to you soon, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
There he is, Ahmed Hassanein. Appreciate it, man. We appreciate Ahmed for coming over and chatting with us for a few minutes. We're gonna have some other players coming by as well, and again, part of the rules here. It sucks, sorry guys, but I can't really ask too much about the Pac-12 news or any hard-hitting football questions. The rules were don't talk about football, so I apologize there for the Boise State folks watching if we did maybe toe the line there a little bit. But this vehicle over here, by the way, if you see it, this is the one I was joking. I thought maybe this was Ahmed's. Look at this truck right here. A sweet Boise State rig parked in the parking lot here. That'd be a pretty sweet ride for somebody to have there. We'll go from one star player to another. Let's bring Matt Lauter in here. Matt, appreciate you. Here's the mic. We'll back up just a little bit here so we can back up a little bit so we don't chop your head off the top of the screen here. Yep. Matt Lauter, you're out here hanging out at Lithia Ford. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great. Appreciate you for stopping by. What's got you out here today, and just talk about what it's like, I guess, to be able to partner with Jim and Lithia and have your vehicle taken care of.
Yeah, Jim invited a few of the players out here to, get some exposure for Ford. I think, it's going very well so far. A lot of people are coming to test drive. Pretty much got every vehicle on their lot out here. I think we even have a Mustang Mach-E, so people are really test driving that one. They really liked it.
They want me to turn your mic up. Put the mic a little closer to your mouth.
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
There you go.
And then partnering with Ford, means a lot to the guys. With a few guys that have, the NIL deal.
Yeah.
It means a lot. We're able to really, show what we can do on the field, but then off the field, be able to have, a nice vehicle to, get to point A to point B. So, yep. Now,
Riley Smith kind of started the Lithia deal. He was the first player that got the rig last year.
Yeah.
Was the first guy that did the commercial, in his uniform and in the weight room with our man Hank Patterson. First of all, what do you think of Riley as a actor there on some of the commercials last year?
Yeah, I think the whole team was shocked because he was one of the guys who really dove deep in NIL when it was first coming out. And when he got Ford, everyone was shocked because obviously, Ford's a good company and, it's a free lease truck for a year, which is sweet. So I think he did a great job. Riley's a good kid and, he put a lot of effort into that and he was able to, get a truck out of it. So it's pretty sweet. And now it's, been passed down to a few of the players. So, we all have respect for him.
I was going to say, did he help get you in with Jim at all and open the door? Or?
Yeah, he had sent me Jim's number and then I had gotten an accident in my old Ford. So me and Jim talked it out. We had a few meetings and, I was able to secure the deal. So
what vehicle are you rocking? Tell us about the vehicle.
I'm in a 2023 F-150. I love it. It's awesome. Next year I might want to maybe tone down to like a 2020, 2021, just because I don't know, my insurance is pretty expensive.
Well, that is one of the things, the insurance and the taxes, right? I mean, there's other things that people don't think about, and you have to plan for that and prepare for all that.
Yeah, well, the good thing is we got the Horseshoe Collective supporting us too. So, we're able to, pay for that type of stuff. So just like a lot of appreciation for, them and what they do.
I mean, it's great. I mean, you think about Joe, Nickel, and what they're doing over there too.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm trying to think when you came in and when NIL started, if you were here before it started or after it started. But I mean, it's nice. I mean, I talked to all these former players, even from 5, 6, 7 years ago, where they're like, man, if I could have had a chance to, drive a car around town or get a free meal somewhere. I mean, it's got to be pretty cool that you're here when this is all happening.
Yeah, I think, the guys who have, NIL respect all those guys who are here, 5 to 7 years ago or even before that. Coach Potter talks about it all the time. But, those are the guys who built the facility, built the program. Bronco Nation continues to support us because of those guys.
What in terms of, now you have 4 football players, 6 student athletes, and just, Ford in general and what Jim's doing to, as you said, to help you guys out. I mean, I've gotten to know him the last couple of years. He's one of our sponsors. Great dude, huge football fan. I mean, just to see him continue to expand and add more players and be able to partner with him. What can you say about, Jim and Lithia Ford?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's, an amazing human being. He wasn't able to make it out to the Oregon game. He got a little stomach bug, which sucks, but he sat at home and, he enjoyed it on TV. He shoots us a text after every game, saying good job. He's a good dude. He's so supportive and, we love Jim. So,
yeah. We can't really talk too specific on football, but just in general, the week off this weekend, just getting a chance to kind of refresh for you after a couple games. What's just, your mindset, I guess, right now and getting to kind of take a deep breath and watch some football this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's an early bye week. I don't really know if I'm a fan of it, but, I'm able to get my body back right before, our game against Portland State next week. And I think all the guys are, pumped to go home and see family. They get a little time off. But I think we just need to keep, the urgency up because, we know the team we can be after last week. So
what do you when you do get a rare, night or two off or a rare time? I mean, what do you try to do to when you're not in the facility?
Yeah, when I'm not in the facility, I like to just get my mind off football. I like to go fishing.
A little closer to your mouth there.
Okay, sweet. Yeah. I like to go fishing a good bit. I like going, to catch some rainbow trout and then just hanging out with friends and just, watching TV or watching football.
Is fishing on the docket this weekend at all? Or
yeah, I think I'm gonna fish today. Usually I just hit the Boise River, but I might go down to Twin Falls and it's down there. But yesterday I caught a few trout in the Boise River.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
It was in Cabo San Lucas, and it was a Dorado, so a yellowfin. Yeah.
How many pounds?
I'd probably say around like 40 something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know? What was that like having to reel in?
It was weird. There was a whole school of them, so we'd throw it out there, and boom, it hit, and then my arms were getting sore after a little while because it pulled drag for a little bit, and it was kind of a tough battle. So.
How long did it take you to get
I think it was like 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, it wasn't too crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen some of those shows or whatever where they need guys, it takes them 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But to watch football too, like just to get a chance to.
Yeah, it was nice yesterday to sit back and watch Shakir obviously dominate. The Bills look good. So that was a cool game to watch and, just hang out with friends. So
yeah, I don't get to watch much football either, just when we're traveling doing all this. And I went to Kansas. I went to Kansas, so I'm looking forward to the Kansas UNLV game tonight. I'm going to check that out. We get to see a Mountain West opponent tonight.
I think UNLV is a good team, and Kansas is also a good team, so they can really, you
heard that. We can't say that very often. Kansas is a good team. I appreciate you saying that. But final thing, just again, are you here till 6 o'clock the whole time, or?
I think we are. I mean, we just got lunch. I think we might be here till 6.
You got. I see. Ahmed's here. I saw Jonah. He's going to come over. I think you got Shea Oladipo, Michael Callahan. Some other guys, maybe Sire Gaines, I think, stopping by at some point.
Yeah, I think he's going to head out. So, I mean, he's supposed to still be in high school, which is crazy. So this is his location for sure.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, and good luck fishing this weekend. And we'll be talking to you, I'm sure, soon. And best of luck in Portland State next week.
Thank you.
There he is. I'll take that from you. Matt Lauter, appreciate him for joining us here on Bronco Nation News. And somebody asked about, are we going to get to anything of substance? John Reagan, to be honest with you, probably not today. It is what it is. So if you want to, tune out, that's fine. Trying to ask some guys some interesting stuff, non-football related. So if you do have any questions for Jonah Dalmas that's non-football related, be happy to have you ask that. But as I said, there's NIL rules. We're dealing with what we can. How we doing, Jonah? We'll get Jonah Dalmas on here. Some troll in the chat was complaining that I wasn't asking any football questions, and I said I'm not allowed to. So if he doesn't want to watch, he can. We'll see you, John. We'll see you on Monday's show.
Oh, absolutely.
But we're trying to toe the line here and do what we can. For you, Jonah Dalmas, come this way just a little bit. If you do get a rare time when you're not in the facility, like what's on the docket this weekend? Matt said he's going to go fishing. Like, what do you try to do to get away a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably hit the range a little bit. Go hit.
I should have thought about that. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Trip out to Timberstone, maybe.
I don't know if I got all the energy to play a full round of golf right now, but just to go get some practice in the range, I feel like will be necessary for my time off. But mainly just resting the legs, resting the body.
When was the last time you got to the range?
Oh, it's been a while. I think ever since season started, I haven't really. And then towards the end of fall camp, probably the last 2 weeks of fall camp too. I wasn't really on the golf course all that much. So taking a little break, you know, when football starts to head up big, and I just like to focus on that. And
I know most quarterbacks kind of think they're the best golfers, or they usually golf a lot. It's kind of like a pitcher in baseball. They pitch 1 day a week and golf the rest of it. Are specialists? I mean, is that something where you can be pretty good at golf and still do what you do?
I've improved my golf game a lot just from you know, spending countless amount of hours. Specialists, it's kind of like an easy thing for us to pick up just because the mechanics of golfing are very similar to the kicking world.
Yeah.
But I would say, you know, our specialist group still has a lot to improve in the golf game, but we try to make it competitive and fun.
If you have a non-football related question for Jonah Dalmas, something you've ever wanted to ask him, we got a couple of minutes here. Get it in the chat. Ask Jonah if his brother Jacob can kick.
He can, actually. Yeah. He played O-line in high school, and he played football over at Rocky.
Okay.
But when he lost all of his weight from his football weight, he's got the leg on him. So he used to kick a little bit in high school too.
Okay.
Yeah, they sent him out for a PAT one time.
Did he make it?
I think so.
All right, nice.
I think I remember making it. So
yeah, again, if you have a non-football question, we'll get it to Jonah for a couple minutes here. We're out at the event here at Borah High School. Again, come on out. They're going to be here till 6 o'clock. I know Jonah and the guys are going to be here most of that time. The Lithia Ford of Boise, drive for your school event. And again, $20 goes to the cheer and dance team here at Borah High School if you just stop by and test drive a vehicle. What vehicle do you have from Lithia Ford?
I have the 2024 Ford Explorer ST line.
Okay, you like that?
I love it. Yeah, it's a great drive, great vehicle. You know, I couldn't say any more like awesome things about the car just because it's amazing.
If there was one other one here that you would like to test drive, one of the electric ones, or what have you been eyeing here?
I drove the Bronco. The Bronco, the white Bronco, the 4-door. That was an awesome car to drive. The suspension in that car is crazy. You know, you barely even feel the speed bumps when you go over it. So, I feel like that was the initial car that I was interested in, is driving the Bronco until they hooked me up with the Explorer. And like I said, I'm grateful to have that car, and it's an amazing vehicle. And I think everyone should have one because they're that great. So, enjoying it a lot.
I've been asking the other guys this too, but I mean, for you, like, to be able to capitalize on some of your success and I mean, 5 years ago would have been a crazy thought, that with what you're doing, that to be able to not have to worry about a car payment and have a vehicle to drive around and stuff, and a nice vehicle at that. Like, what the way NIL's come on board, and for a guy like you to kind of dive into that and kind of lean on some of your success and being a local guy.
Yeah.
How is that kind of what's that been like, the opportunity that you have, that when you talk to previous kickers like a Tyler Rasa or somebody like that that didn't have that opportunity?
Right. No doubt. And I love the thought of NIL. I love being able to participate in it. For me, it's not really so much of, getting paid a lot of money. It's more of, I've grown up in this area for a long time, and I want to, make an impact in this community. And so that's a big old FedEx truck.
Yep, there you go, FedEx.
But I mean, like, the focus for me in NIL is just to give back to the community what the community has given to me. I've met a lot of really great people that have been mentors and coaches to me, and a lot of people that have supported me on my journey at Boise State. And so it just means the world to me to be able to give back and be able to, partner with a company and support their company and share the good word about it. So
what does it mean to have local companies? I mean, Jim's obviously a huge supporter here.
Right.
There's a lot of other ones as well, many of which are sponsors of mine that support me as well. I mean, I'm not in the NIL game, but I'm essentially doing the same thing, hawking sponsors and stuff, and getting money and trade and things in return. And so a lot of them are the same, but to have, Jim and companies like this that want to dive into this, and they give their money to the school and the team, but they still are able to help give you guys vehicles and do things. Like, what does it mean in this kind of a community of Boise to have folks like Jim Sterk and Lithia that want to do this and help you guys out?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. Their willingness to, partner with athletes, I think is truly incredible. I think the awesome part just about, everything that happens with Lithia and Boise State athletes is just the relationships that we're able to build. The support that we get from them, the support that we show for them, just because they're proud sponsors of Boise State football. And so just being able to build those relationships and make those connections has been a blessing.
What else? You mentioned getting on the golf course. What else do you like to do when you're away from the football field?
Oh, I like to watch golf. I usually go home and sit on my couch and watch some YouTube golf, or there's usually always, PGA tournament golf on the TVs that I usually watch. So, I just make the most of my time trying to, kind of settle in and just relax, get the legs feeling good for the next opportunity that we have ahead of us. And I just think, golf is one of those things that's entertaining to watch, but also something that's just very chill and relaxing and just kind of like therapy to me. You know what I mean? So that's usually what I'd be doing. And then obviously trying to get family time in and hanging out with some friends. So
let's see what other questions we got rolling in here. Let's see here. Let's see. Who's the best golfer on the team? JB wants to know that.
Best golfer on the team. I would definitely say Maddox Madsen is up there. Ben Ford is really good at golf too. I've played with Ben Ford, and he's got a nice looking swing. Luke Voorhees, the tight end, he's got a good golf swing as well. I would say those are probably, like, if I were to be on a scramble team, those are probably the guys that, you know, I would probably choose. And then Nohi Kaniho.
Yeah.
Nohi's short game is unbelievable. He can really spin the ball in his short game, which is nice. So
nothing against my guy Tyson Degenhardt, but when we were at the golf tournament, you know, Tyson did the closest to the pin in the morning. Maddox did the closest to the pin in the afternoon. You were going to be involved in that, and then you couldn't come for some reason. I forget what happened.
Yeah, my buddy was getting married.
That's right. We'll allow that one. You came the previous year. But I was told that there were many more closer to the pin when Maddox was out there on 17 than Tyson.
Yeah,
so
like I said, Maddox has a very pure swing, and you know he spends hours on focusing on making that good ball contact. So he's a great golfer.
We need to set up like the match with like some different sport. You know, maybe get a basketball player or two. Let's go. Maybe in the next. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes,
because you're going to be done at that point. So I don't know. Well, maybe if you're still around, we can try to figure something out.
Do a 3v3 or 4v4 man scramble.
Some sort of we'll get some sort of the match with some others, because I know
RJ
Keene. A lot of these guys think they're good golfers out there, you know, and so we'll
let's put it to the test, fellas.
Yeah, I think we know the location too. We can get out to Timberstone and make it happen. Let's see here. Are you a Micah Morris guy on the YouTube golf front?
Micah Morris, I watch Micah Morris. I'm more of a Grant Horvath guy, and then I watch the Busted Jack boys, and then the Bryan Bros as well. Have you heard the Bryan Bros?
I haven't. No.
They're good.
Have you watched the Bryson DeChambeau trying to break 50?
I have. Yeah,
that's been. I've watched a couple of them. I watched the whole one with Trump. That was a very interesting one. Not to get into politics, whatever, but I just thought that was an interesting one.
I just watched he just had a new one come out with Tony Romo.
I saw that. People were making fun of his Tony Romo's shorts. They're wondering if those were swimming trunks or what he had going on there.
Hey, Tony Romo can hit that ball, though. He can crank the ball off that tee box, and he's
so has anybody done? Have they done it yet? I guess they're still.
Tony Romo and Bryson DeChambeau, they shot a 50.
Okay.
Right on the dot.
Okay. But no one's broke 50, I don't think. And they shoot from the ladies' tees or the red tees or something, or what do? They shoot way up from the front, I think. There's something to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's broken it 50 once with somebody. I just can't remember who it was.
Okay.
So
yeah. Let's see here. Not a question for Dalmas, but Jordan says, not a question, but I tried kicking a long field goal at Autzen versus my bro in CFP 25 last night, and it was impossible.
It's hard to kick field goals in that game. That meter goes crazy.
Oh yeah. And when you're on the road too, you get to know. Yeah, now we know.
That's why I just don't use myself in that game, because it's already so difficult, and I'd much rather miss with anyone bigger than myself.
You can blame them, right? Let's see. Can anyone beat Cutter in golf? Somebody's asking.
I could, yeah.
You could, okay.
Yeah, I would challenge Cutter.
2 people are asking that. Wow.
Yeah. I think me and Cutter's handicaps are very similar. I think he's like a 10 or 11 handicap, which is what I've gotten down to the summer. So
wow.
I think he's in that 9-10 range.
Let's see here.
It'd be a good competitive battle.
Someone asked if I dress like John Daly on the course. No, I don't do that. I don't have the big baggy pants or the cigar or whatever, chug a beer on the tee box or whatever. No. You are one of the few players on the team that are married.
I am, yeah.
What I think some folks mostly know that. I assume most of them do, but maybe some don't. I know there's a good article that the school put out a couple weeks ago about that. But what very unique there? You're a little bit older, obviously doing the mission and stuff. Know, but just what's it like being married and being on the football team?
It's busy. There's a lot of time where you have to find the fine balance to spend quality time with each other, because my wife also works, 2-3 full-time jobs right now that she's involved in, and so just finding that fine balance of spending quality time and, doing my homework and going to class and going to football practice. It's a difficult process, but it's definitely worth it. And, I can't thank her enough for all the support she shows me along the way too. So it's been great. I love it.
And you got what, 3, 4? There's 3? Cage Casey, right?
Yeah. Cage Casey, Braxton Feely.
Yeah.
I feel like there's another one, but I just cannot think of it.
No, it's pretty cool. And that's you guys have been married how long?
Over 2 years. Yeah, we got married July of 2022.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's the same under with the way it is now. But my understanding, this might be a football question. I apologize to whoever's watching, but I know under Harsaner in the past, like for the bowl games and stuff, the wives could come on the trip.
Yeah. So that's the same process still. When we went
Okay.
to the bowl game with in Frisco, Texas, she was able to fly on the plane with us too. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's awesome.
That had to be crazy. What was that like for her?
No, it was awesome because we didn't have to pay for a flight, so it's cool that they're, allowing the wives to be able to come on the plane with us, and they even got us, a room to share in the hotel. They even got us a room in the hotel to stay with each other, like a 1-bed room. So it's nice having her there and for her to see, kind of the layout and the process of what happens on game days. So it's awesome.
So to be out here, you've been meeting some people. What's it kind of been like out here?
Yeah, I've just been chit chatting with people and getting to know them, and obviously I test drove the Bronco, and me and Matt Lauter, we went and test drove the Super Duty truck. So it's been fun just communicating and getting to know people out here.
Someone asked about the handicap. What's it down to?
I got mine to an 11.
Okay.
By the end of the summer.
Yeah.
So I was golfing pretty frequently. Probably
and then
like
if you
2 or
don't
3
golf
times a
for like
week.
during the season, like your first round, what do you probably play to? If you do you lose a lot of it pretty quickly, or are you pretty consistent?
I've gotten a good feel for my swing.
Okay.
Now that I feel like I would still be pretty consistent. I got a lot better off the tee box. My wedges, my irons have gotten a lot better. It's just the putting that I still need to get right. That's the part that's killing me. So if I were to go out right now, though, I'd probably shoot like mid-80s.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. All right, well, we appreciate you stopping by, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoy the weekend. Any other games you're looking forward to watching, or any other plans on tap?
I need to see who's playing this weekend.
I was just saying, I know folks. I was just saying, I went to Kansas, and we got a big game tonight against UNLV.
Yeah,
a little UNLV Kansas game tonight. I'm looking forward to. I don't get to watch much football either. I mean, the Kansas Illinois game was like right before the Oregon game, so I'm on the field doing my show, and I didn't get to watch any of that. Luckily, since we lost, maybe I was happy I didn't watch it. But so I'm like pumped about all day. Tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, I'm gonna get to go to my kids' games, watch a lot of football, and just.
You're a Chiefs fan too, aren't you?
Chiefs, yeah.
How'd you like the performance of Xavier Worthy?
He's fast.
He is fast.
I was really impressed with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like I was a St. Louis Rams fan. Then they left to go to LA, and so I had like 2 years where I just couldn't watch football at all, and I was really ticked off. And then it was kind of like, all right, I can't just like never watch the most popular sport ever again.
Right.
I had my kids were starting to get a little older, and I, occasionally like to throw a buck or two on a game. I needed to have some interest, a reason to watch, and fantasy football again. I can't just not watch football.
Right.
So the Chiefs were the closest team to, when I was in college in Kansas, and then actually Alex Smith, when he was on the Chiefs, when we first moved here, he has a lot of extended family that lives here.
Nice.
And my wife got to know them. So we actually went to like some watch parties, even while the Rams were still in St. Louis, watching the Chiefs when Alex Smith was there. And then they left and Mahomes kind of took over. So I wouldn't quite call myself a bandwagon fan. I mean, I did kind of start liking them right when they got good.
Right.
But I'm not like, throwing stuff at the TV if they lose. But
you think they're going to go 3 in a row?
I'd be nice. That'd be fun, man. That'd be pretty cool to see. It's never happened.
I'm pretty confident in Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's hard to go against them, man. It's pretty hard to go against them. We'll see, what happens. That was a crazy one the other night where the foot was barely out of bounds. They almost lost that. But yeah, no, I'm not like throwing stuff for the TV when they lose. Like I'm not like super diehard like I would be for like a Blues playoff game or something, But no, it's fun and gives it, but we'll watch any game that's on. And like I said, there's other rooting interests in some of the games too. But you're a hockey guy.
Oh yeah,
we got the season coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, go Avs.
You're Avalanche, right?
Go Avs. I'm an Avs and Penguins fan because my dad's from Pittsburgh, so we just grew up like.
Okay, and how'd you get into Avalanche then?
I was born in Colorado, so we just grew up. I lived in Colorado since I was 8, and then we moved over here. So I grew up, watching Avs hockey. And
was that like? I mean, you're young, man, but was that like the heyday Patrick Waugh days? Or are you too old? Are you too young for that?
I think I'm too young for that. I'm too young for that.
You're making me feel really old. That was.
But I mean. Joe Sakic, right?
Joe Sakic, Ray Bourque, Peter Forsberg, Patrick Waugh.
I had a Joe Sakic jersey growing up.
Okay, all right.
I was repping.
You think of Patrick Waugh as Coach Waugh. Yeah. You don't think of didn't he coach he coached the Avalanche at some point? But you don't think, oh, that's crazy, man. Those were the days, man.
They were good.
The old school, the Avalanche were awesome.
But I mean, hockey is just very popular in Colorado too. So they even at the public pools, they got, roller hockey rinks there where people are going to play pickup games and stuff like that. So that's what I grew up, doing, going to play with my brothers because my oldest brother was really into the hockey gig growing up. And Middle brother played goalie, roller hockey, goalie in hockey.
Nice.
In the roller skating rinks that they had there, they played hockey.
I played 1 year of roller hockey.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, back in the day, I was a little more athletic. I played 1 year of roller hockey. That was fun, but I couldn't. I like to skate, but I can't stop.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to get into ice hockey, but
100%.
I can't stop. But
100%.
we've got a net. We've actually got a full size net in our garage.
Nice.
The kids will play a little floor hockey. Get a goalie in there. We got some goalie equipment. And the kids,
Awesome.
not the full set, but the leg pads and a little makeshift kind of blocker. And we get in there and play a little floor hockey now and again. Now that the season's heating up again, we'll be doing that again.
We were all about that floor hockey back in the day, and they had those little goals and those foam pucks.
We got the little 2 mini goals. We got a big one too, but
those were our days back in Colorado, playing that for hours in the basement.
It helps. My son was kind of 4 or 5. Just old enough to kind of when he was just getting into sports, when the Blues won the Cup a couple years ago. So that kind of got him like the right time to start diving in and being a little bit of a hockey fan. So we've gone the last 2 years to Vegas when the Blues have played down there. And actually it worked out perfect because we were going to go already. We had it planned, and it was like the day after when you guys played in the championship.
Oh, nice.
It was already set.
Yeah.
So we were going to go anyway. We just changed it a day early, and they came down and went to the game. And then we went to Blues Vegas and won that, and Blues won. So I'm 2-0 seeing the Blues in Vegas, and we're gonna try to make it happen again this year.
I bet that playoff hockey environment is something else. I'm sure it's incredible.
They've had have you ever been to the preseason games here? They've had I think Seattle or Vegas or somebody have played a preseason game here.
Yeah, I haven't caught one of those.
Yeah.
So
well, hey man, appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely.
Sweet shoes, by the way. Those
Thank
are.
you.
I wonder if we can get these on here. Let's angle the camera down here. I don't know if they're quite James Ferguson Reynolds-esque, but they're pretty close there.
So my wife was the one who customized these and James's.
No way, same ones.
Yep, so.
Wow.
Yep.
How did he get the flag on there and stuff? So she did that extra then?
Yeah, so he had the Air Forces that were white and with the black Nike sign. So she just painted the Nike sign white and then did the flag over that. So
oh wow.
Yeah, I got these customized, and then James said that he wanted to get it, and we came up with the idea to put the Aussie flag on.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, that's really cool.
And she was able to do it. So my wife just has a great eye with the artistry.
She needs
stuff,
to we need to get her make it a business or something.
I know,
get her
that's what I'm saying.
Get her some money here.
That's what I'm saying. So
hey, appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, man. I'll take that from you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
you. If you see Mr. Sterk around somewhere, we'll talk to him when you get a chance. Thanks, man. There he is, Jonah Dalmas. Appreciate him for jumping on the show here. And looks like I missed 2 or 3 questions right when you guys at the end there, so I apologize for that. But again, this isn't a normal show. It's not a typical show. We're not diving in. One of the reasons is Jay Tuss was unavailable today. He had a funeral to attend for his grandma, I believe. So condolences to Jay, and he is not here. Also, just kind of a special day to help out Lithia Ford, our sponsor. And you know what? They're one of Boise State's biggest sponsors. So hopefully you're still getting to enjoy hearing from these guys. Maybe it's not the hard-hitting football stuff, but we appreciate you for tuning in today. And we got our man Jim Sterk right here. Come on in, Jim. Here, come over this way a little more.
Okay, we're
there. You
sunglasses.
Go. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Yeah.
Good.
How's it going?
I think it's going really quite well.
Yeah. Jim Sterk, Lithia Ford. We've been hyping you up for the last half an hour with all of our guests here about all the stuff you're doing in the community and the NIL game and everything. But today, I've been telling folks. Give us the 411. I know it's till 6 o'clock, and why folks should come out here.
Well, we need people that are old enough to drive cars, right? First and foremost. And we raise money for Borah High School. So every test drive that we do, we get $20 for Borah High School and up to $6,000 total. And it's all funded by Ford Motor Company.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're helping out the cheer and dance team here at Borah. They're out here hanging out today.
Been out here all day.
Yeah, and this our man John Anderson's over here. I may put him on here at the end for a second, but I was reading about this. Started back in 2007. So this is something you guys have been doing for a while here, and with Ford and the Ford company, and trying to find local schools or charities and things to help out.
This is I would have to guess at how many times we've done it, but this is probably 7 or 8.
Okay.
The first time we've done it at Borah. But it went away for a couple of years because of COVID, just like everything else. And they decided to bring it back this year. And so I reached out to Brittany, who I know teaches over here. And she was super excited to host an event. And she's done an amazing job putting it all together and getting everything scheduled up.
And no strings attached, right? You just come out here, test drive one of the vehicles. And Jonah was even saying he was like, oh, I want to test drive one of the Broncos. Like you get a chance to test, and you got all some of the electric vehicles out here too?
We have Lightnings.
Come this way a little bit, folks. Want to see it.
We have Lightnings. We have Mach-E's. We got Broncos, Bronco Sports. We got them all. We got Super Duty trucks. We got F-150s, Explorers, Expeditions, whatever you want to, whatever you've been thinking about or wanting to maybe just take a look.
Yeah.
This is the easiest way to do it. There's no dealership pressure or anything like that. This is just to raise money for Borah High School.
Yeah, no strings attached. Come on out. And the players are here. You can meet some players.
Yep.
You can get some autographs on the mini footballs. There's some T-shirts and stuff. So having a lot of fun. Again, raising money till 6 o'clock. We're again. I don't know what road this is. I apologize, but it's the road right in front of.
Cash, yeah.
Okay, right in front of Borah High School. You just come to the main entrance here, and you'll see the tent, and it's right here. And you brought all the vehicles over here, and so you get to go on a test drive, and $20 goes to the cheer and dance team. And as I said, you got 5 players out here. You got your guys. We got a couple other players as well.
5 right now. We got some more coming.
Okay.
Here at any minute they should be arriving.
Yeah, I heard Sire Gaines is going to be out here.
Coming. Austin. I think Austin Bolt's coming.
Bolt. He has to appear here, right?
Casey's coming out, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've talked to you about this before a couple weeks ago when we were out there, but just for you to do events like this and to have the NIL deals that you do. I mean, what and you support Boise State as much as you do, but what is it about this community and I guess Boise State and these student athletes that makes you want to continue to do events like this and put the marketing dollars, to this use?
Well, if you drive around town, you see all the Fords that are on the road, right? The community really takes care of the Ford dealerships in town. They purchase a lot of vehicles from us and the other Ford stores, and they service a lot of vehicles with us. So, why wouldn't we? And, Boise State's a great partner. They've always taken care of us the right way. And so, these are just small things. And, hope some of these kids will probably end up going to Boise State and being athletes maybe someday.
Yeah.
But it's pretty easy.
And you've had pretty good student athletes to work with as well.
Oh my gosh. Right.
I mean, you start with Riley last year.
Yeah.
We were given, Lauter. We were giving, Riley some stuff for his acting ability, which I thought was pretty good.
He did good. He did good. He was our first, and we did a commercial with him. He did a fantastic job. And then we added Paige Barsh, who's a, rock star volleyball player, probably the best in the West.
Yep.
And
Brooke
Patterson.
Which you started to deal with her before when she was going to Cincinnati.
I started to deal with her in Cincinnati because she convinced me that it was wise for me to do a deal with a local girl that was going to school elsewhere. And she was right. The deal with her has actually generated a lot of car sales.
There you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. And then she's transferred back to Boise State.
And so she's still in a car. Yeah.
A couple of questions for you actually coming in. We had a lot of questions for the student athletes. I know you're getting nervous, wondering what people could want to know from you. But Robbie says, I could Google this, but it's more fun to ask Jim. What classifies a truck as Super Duty?
F-250 and bigger. F-250, F-350, F-450, F-550, F-650.
Which in terms of the numbers for folks that don't know what that means, what's the 150, 250?
It honestly doesn't mean much. 150 is a half ton. 250 is a 3/4 ton, 350 is a 1 ton. So none of it makes any sense, but that's what it's been before I got in the car business. So that's what it is.
Jordan wants to know, how far do you get to drive it for the test drive? Is Big Bun within range? He's hungry. Can you go get some food and come back?
I don't know where Big Bun is, but we do a quick loop around the school basically because we got to try to get in 300 test drives in from 11 to 6. I think we're going to get it done.
Really?
That's a lot.
300 test drives.
300 test drives.
Wow. Has there been one vehicle that's been more popular than the others?
Obviously Bronco. Everybody wants to drive a Bronco. The electrics have been pretty darn popular. Yeah, F-150s. That's why I brought a lot of F-150s because I knew they would be moving a lot.
Yep.
Super Duties. So I would say the Broncos have been the most.
What the push for the electric vehicles with the Mach-E and with the Lightning, what's that? How's that been going? And what do you make of kind of Ford's push into the electric game here?
Well, so the manufacturers really don't have much of a choice because it's a government push. And so, there's a certain percentage of electric vehicles that have to be sold by the end of 2025 and annually and that certain percentages drives we're getting into a lot of business here, but it drives the ability for manufacturers, Ford, Chrysler, Chevrolet, to sell electrics, because it limits the amount of gas vehicles we can produce.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's pretty deep.
What would be the sales pitch to someone? What are the advantages of the electric other than the obvious?
Well, the obvious is you don't have to go to the gas station. You plug it. You can set up a plug-in in your garage and charge overnight. You get 270 to 310 miles depending on what you do. But if you stick around town and you don't want to make a long road trip, they're amazing. My wife has an electric car. She's a school teacher at Eagle High, and she doesn't ever leave. So it's perfect.
Well, again, we're out here till 6 o'clock. We got to get 300 test drives in. So thank you, Jim, for having us out here. Thank you for donating back to the cheer and dance team here.
Absolutely.
They've been out here all day. I haven't heard any
All
cheers
day.
or anything, though. They just hanging out? Or
I don't know if they're allowed to. I don't know if there's a rule.
we should have had them in the background or something.
We
doing
should.
cheer, but that's all right.
They do. I can.
No, that's okay.
I can have
No, that's
put
all
that
right.
together.
No, that's all right. Well, that's okay. We're about. I'm going to talk to John Anderson and someone else just getting dropped off. There's some of your players, maybe.
Shay just went for a test drive with some people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you can have a test drive with one of the athletes. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Wow,
If
that's
you
pretty
want
cool.
to,
Have them ride in the back and chat with them. That's pretty cool. And again, no strings attached. Come on here till 6 o'clock.
We can't do one with Sire because he's only 17.
Oh, you got to be 18. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Isn't that funny?
Oh, you're not even having one of your people go. The representative from Lithia is the player. That's pretty cool. That's funny. All right, you can come talk to Sire Gaines, but you can't have him do the so I can't ask the other guys football questions, but I can ask you one football question. Just close loss to Oregon, but how you feeling overall about things?
What a great bunch of kids, great team. I'm really, really excited about the rest of the season. And honestly, kind of hope somehow, some way we get Oregon again, maybe at the end of the year.
Playoff.
Right? Yeah,
Playoff.
that'd be nice.
Back there at Autzen again?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Wow. Well, again, they're here till 6 o'clock. They need to get 300 test drives. So come on out. No strings attached. You just have to fill out the insurance or whatever with your ID, but there's no insurance. Let's see. Someone wants to know if you go to Hawaii, what's on your bucket list?
I'm not going to Hawaii. I know
of all the road trips to go on, that wasn't one you signed up for.
If you go on the team plane, you have to come back right after the game. So that's not the way you want to do Hawaii.
No, but you get to go on Thursday, I think, or Wednesday or something.
Yeah, no, not Hawaii.
Yeah, no,
I'm doing UNLV.
Okay,
yeah,
that'll be a fun one. We got to get you out to Circa then for our big event we're doing. I know Bedell's going to be out there and Riddle, and we're going to have a lot of fun. That'll be a good one to go to.
Yeah,
they're playing Kansas tonight. I've been hyping that game up. I'm a Kansas grad, so I'm looking forward to Kansas UNLV tonight, and I can do some. I tell my wife I'm scouting, for UNLV Boise State later in the year, but she went to Kansas too, so she wants to watch. But okay. So it's and again, you guys are the ones making the people aren't paying. They don't pay. You're paying the money to the just to make sure folks are clear on this for the donation. They don't pay a penny. They come. No, you guys come test drive the vehicle. No. You get to test drive the vehicle and check it out, and no strings attached. And then Lithia, Ford of Boise, and Ford are donating the $20 for you test driving to the cheer and dance team here at Borah High School, and they're trying to get 300 test drives in.
Yep,
which is what, $6,000?
$6,000 goes a long way in high school.
Wow,
for these high schools.
That's really cool. Way. Well, Jim, thanks for everything you're doing with us, with Boise State, for having us out here, and it's been a fun day, man. Where are we on the number right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're till about halfway in. If we're 11 to 6, it's almost 2 o'clock here. So
we got 4 more hours.
All right, let's go.
We got a lot of time.
Let's go. Let's get some folks out here and test drive. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. Tell Mr. John Anderson I'll throw him on if he wants to come over for a second. We're having fun out here at Borah High School, and again, raising money for the cheer and dance team. Come on out. Yeah, Pac-12, huge deal for Boise State. We'll get Jay Tuss' thoughts on it next week. Again, he was unavailable for the show today. Some circumstances came up with him, and so he couldn't make it out here. And again, thought we'd get the guys on, at least give you a chance to hear from them. But yeah, probably some, maybe not the most exciting interviews of all time if you're wanting to hear them talk about Oregon or talk about whatever you can. There's just some NIL rules and things, so apologize we couldn't dive into it. Believe me, I would have loved to have. But he's running over here. He wanted to be on so quick. John Anderson, come on in here. Come on in here, John. You guys all know John Anderson, I believe. If you don't, John, tell the viewers here why you're a fan of Borah, first of all.
Because I like to come to games and stuff like that.
Yes. Now, John, you might remember, guy, is a huge Gonzaga basketball fan. And you got to go to the championship game a couple years ago. Gonzaga against Baylor. Yeah. Get the mic a little closer there. There you go. What was that like?
That was fun.
You went all the way to Indianapolis, got to go to see Gonzaga.
Yes.
Why are you such a Gonzaga fan?
I just like Fume.
You're a big Mark Few fan.
Yes.
What do you make of the Boise State basketball team this year? What do you think?
I think they'll be in the top half of the conference.
Top half? That's it?
I think they'll be first or second.
Okay. Well, that sounds better than top half. Come on, John.
Yes.
Why do you think one or two? What do you like about them this year?
All the guys they have back returning.
Yeah. And who's your favorite player?
Tyson.
Okay. Why is that? Just because he's the best player?
Yes.
I know Coach Burns. I mean, what those guys are pretty nice to you. Tell us about just kind of your relationship with those guys.
Those guys are good guys.
Very good guys, right?
Yes.
What about football? You a big football guy too?
Yes.
What'd you think of the Oregon game?
I thought that was a bad call. That should not have been targeting.
I think everybody here agrees with you, and the referees agree with you. You heard they changed the call, right?
Did the referees say was a conference?
The NCAA came back and changed it and said no targeting. So it shouldn't have been called.
What couldn't have happened to those officials for calling it?
The officials didn't call it. It was the guy up in the box. So hopefully, I don't know if he can get suspended or I don't know what happens. But
you don't know what happens with that.
That's a rough break, though, right?
Why is it a rough break?
Because then he shouldn't have been kicked out of the game. He should have got to stay.
Have.
That was a big play in the game, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes. What else did you think about the game?
I didn't like it on Peacock.
I heard there were some problems on Peacock. The screen was black or something a couple times.
Yes.
But at least that was better than the first game where they missed half the game, right?
Right.
Yes. What do you think of the Pac-12?
I think it's good. It's good for football and basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. Who else do you want them to go get?
Maybe Utah State.
You're a Utah State guy. You want Utah State in the Pac-12, huh?
I think it would help.
There we go. Look, John, they got the cheerleaders dancing for you. They're getting in the background. The Borah High School cheer and dance team. John, you're a big Borah guy. Again, they're out here dancing. Look at this. We'll get out of the way for a second, John. Let the folks see them there. They're cheering, they're dancing. And again, $20 if you come out here goes to their cheer and dance squad. And you can come give a test drive of a vehicle. And Jim Sterk, Lithia Ford, is going to donate the money to the cheer and dance team here at Borah High School. So, John, you're a big Borah guy, though.
Yes.
You can see it probably at most Borah games, right?
Yes, you can.
All right. Give me one, like, why did you first become a Boise State fan?
I just like the staff. I used to work with Pokey Allen.
Somebody wants to know how many games do you go to a year?
That's a lot.
How many do you think you go to in a year, John?
Maybe 100 between Borah and Boise State.
100 games a year. Borah, you go to all football for Borah. You go to basketball for Borah too, right?
Depending on Boise State's schedule too.
Boise State basketball.
Yeah.
The home games for Boise State football. We see you in there at the press conferences. Boise State lets you come down. Now John's got he has his own key card. He's temporary staff here. I mean, this is John Anderson runs things. He does what
I don't know if I run things. I don't know if I run things.
Who's been the nicest coach to you at Boise State over all the years?
That's Chris Peterson.
Okay, tell us about Chris Peterson.
Chris Peterson's always would talk to me, things like that.
We saw the video or wasn't there an article about you a couple years ago?
Yes.
Yes. Tell us that you got the Boise State man cave in your basement, right?
Yes.
What all you got down there?
BSU stuff, things like that.
Now, tell folks, I know one of your big buddies is Jay Tust.
Yes.
And what we've been trying to get you and Jay Tust on the show together. It was going to maybe be today.
Yes.
And then Jay unfortunately couldn't make it today. He had to go back to Seattle for a family issue, thing. But everything's okay with Jay. So that stinks. But Jay's a pretty good buddy for you, isn't he?
Yes, him and Will and Brady both are.
Yeah, Will Hall was big, I know, with Channel 7 and now Brady. And those guys are great to you. And you see them out a lot at games and stuff at Borah. And,
I see them around the whole state.
Oh, the whole state. Well,
not the whole state, but around.
Yeah, around the Treasure Valley. John, appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Tell you anything you want to say to everybody on the way out here?
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, all right. See you, John. John Anderson. We appreciate him for jumping on the show. And if you know John, He's a very awesome, special individual, and all the media members. We love John Anderson. When I pulled in, saw that he was here, I was super appreciative of that. So you take a look here. You can see the cheer and dance team. They're dancing. They're putting their moves on here at Borah High School. And again, make some. Come on, get some. All right, they're just they don't want to make any noise. There you go. There you go. There you go. They want your money. Come test drive a car. They want your money here. Come on. You come test drive a car, and they're going to get $20 for each of their each time you come test drive a vehicle. Again, Lithia Ford's donating $20 to the cheer and dance team here at Borah High. So, again, sorry, no hard-hitting Pac-12 talk today. Go back and watch yesterday's 2-hour show. Mike Prater has a column up. You can read that. And again, Mike Prater's column on Jeremiah Dickey on the Pac-12 move. Make sure you check that out and read that. And that was great stuff. But again, unique show today, a little different. We'll get back to the hard-hitting football talk on Monday. And again, you probably would not be watching this show or any Bronco Nation news show without Ford and without that guy Jim Sterk and without Andy Rowe from rowpaint.com and some of our great sponsors. So whenever we do the occasional show like this, which isn't very often, and we tailor to the sponsor and give them a lot of love, like, you know what? It's all worth it when you end up getting to watch a lot of these shows for free because of the support of guys like Jim. So let's see. They're trying to get If they're trying to get 600 in today, they should get the Mustang gun. Yeah, I think 300 is the limit. They're trying to get 300 test drives in. Maybe they'll go over that. We'll see. But again, they're going to be out here. They're not stopping until they get to the 300. So it's going to be 4 straight hours of them out here moving around and dancing and doing things. But you see all the vehicles over here. You got like 5 football players just hanging out. You got Michael Callahan over there. I see some other football players. There's Cage Casey. I see all kinds of guys just hanging out. So again, they will take the test drive with you. You can come. You just heard Jim Sterk. You can come test drive a vehicle, and Michael Callahan or Matt Lauter or Ahmed Hassanein will be the representative in the car going with you on the test drive. How cool would that be to ride around in a Lithia Ford of Boise vehicle with your favorite Boise State football player? So come on out, support Jim Sterk, support Lithia Ford of Boise, support Borah High School and the cheer and dance team here, and come test drive a vehicle until 6 o'clock. And if you do come out here and mention, that you saw them, saw it on BNN today, and that's why you came, that would be super helpful as well. So come on out if you can. And again, back to the regular game day edition of game week edition of Bronco Nation News Live on Monday. We're looking forward to that on Monday. We'll be back 9 a.m. with Mike Prater. We'll start Portland State week. We'll continue to dive into the Pac-12 discussions and what happened there. I haven't seen if it came out yet because I've been doing this for the last hour, but they are supposed to announce the terms today. It was supposed to be last night, then it got pushed to today. So I'm going to be curious to see the terms of the deal with the Pac-12 and the money that's involved in terms of the buyout fee with the Mountain West. So that is something to certainly keep in mind about, what this deal is. Sounds like a good deal. Well, how good of a deal is it? We'll find that out. We'll have that for you on Monday. I'll be on, by the way, 3:15. I'm heading over to Boise State after this. Prater and Johnny, they're doing their show live from the Blue. 38th anniversary, I think it is, of 38th anniversary of the first game on the blue turf. So they're broadcasting from the 50-yard line at the blue turf again today, and I'm going to be over there and join them at 3:15 as well. So again, appreciate Lithia Ford of Boise. Appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed hearing from Ahmed Hassanein and Matt Lauter and Jonah Dalmas. And again, we'll get back to the just kind of a fun show today, something different out here on the road. And we'll get back to the hard-hitting Bronco football talk on Monday as we get set for Portland State week. So go read Mike Prater's column. Go subscribe if you can. And then come on out here and test drive a vehicle at Lithia Ford. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the football. I'm going to for sure. And again, go read Mike Prater's column. Go subscribe. $50 using that promo code BNN50 deal at BroncoNationNews.com. This show, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button down in the corner. We appreciate it. Helps us show up a little higher in the algorithms and things like that. So if you can like our show, we would really appreciate that on YouTube. If you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's free of charge. We would appreciate that as well. And as another reminder, we're going to be telling you, but the pregame and the postgame show for Portland State is only going to be for paying subscribers. So if you want to have Brad Bedell, Kent Riddle on the postgame, pregame, if you want Boise State coverage of the Portland State game on video, you got to be a paying subscriber at Bronco Nation News. So jump in now, $50 for that full year. And again, it's BroncoNationNews.com, BNN 50 deal is that promo code. All right, John, we're going to sign off and end the show. You got any final words?
No go harass Prater in ball game.
I'm gonna go harass Prater in ball game right now. Appreciate you, John. Always appreciate getting the chance to hang out with our buddy John Anderson. Had a great time down here at Borah High School. Come on down till 6 o'clock. Go subscribe to BNN, and we'll talk to you at 3 o'clock on Prater in the ball game from the Blue. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday morning on Bronco Nation News Live, presented by all of our great sponsors. Didn't get a chance to mention them all today. We'll do a quick 25-second mention for our sponsors, but thank you guys so much. Sponsors, go support them. You know them, you love them. Didn't get a chance to mention them all today, but rowpaint.com, our title sponsor, Western Collective, all those guys. Thank you to our sponsors. We'll talk to you Monday morning. Bronco Nation News Live, bronconationnews.com.
Bronco Nation News is presented by rowpaint.com, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, by Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Western Collective, by Jackson's, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Bauscher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, by Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and by Timberstone Golf Course.